Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lesson 10, our final lesson on using the Scratch program to create our very own storybook scenes. In this lesson, we are going to put together everything that we've learned and create our scene. So I am going to get rid of all of this, all of it, every single bit. And I'm going to start over from the beginning. So I have my space key. And let's see, I know that the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my bat is in the direction I want him to be in. So that's going to be my first block. My second one is going to be a costume change. I'm going to come down here to looks, and I'm going to switch it to bat A. There we go. So he's in start position. He's in his first costume. We're ready to go. Now I know that I want him to slowly flap across the screen. So to do this, I know I'm going to need my repeat block. So I'm going to grab that. The first thing I'm going to do is tell him to move 20 steps. And then I am going to have him change to costume B. Now I know that I need to wait so that we can see this motion. And then I'm going to have him move. Actually, you know what? Let's see what it looks like without the weight. We might put it in later. I'm going to have him move another 20 steps. And I'm going to have him switch back to costume C. So let's run this and see what it looks like. Cool. But that was too fast. Let's try it again. We didn't really have time to appreciate the costume change. So let's put our weight in. And then we didn't really have time to watch him move. So let's put that in again. Let's see what happens. Much better. Okay. So we have him moving across the screen, but here's the thing. I kind of want him to tilt up and move in this direction, kind of towards the upper right-hand corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in one of the turn keys or one of the turn blocks. I am going to put it in right here before this move. But you know what? I'm only going to have him turn like 3 degrees. Now let's run this and see what this looks like. So we have a very slow turn. So I know that this action is going to repeat 10 times. And I know that he is going to move 3 degrees each time. So 3 times 10, I know is 30 degrees. So if I look back at my circle here, I know that he started here at 90 degrees. And I'm going to turn him a total of 30 degrees counterclockwise. So I know that he's going to end up in this position here at 60 degrees. If I wanted him here at 30 instead, I would just increase that from 3 to 6. I'd have him go 6 steps instead of 3. But I don't. I like him exactly where he is. So now let's put in his sound. I am going to have him do sound recording 2. And I'm going to increase the pitch as well. So I'm going to have this running concurrently with the rest of my code. So I'm going to put this in first. So that means the very first thing he's going to do after he switches to costume A is we're going to play this sound recording. And then we're going to move 20 steps. So these two things, because there's no weight, are basically going to happen at the same time. and he's going to switch to costume B basically at the same time. Then we wait 1 second, and then we do all this and we wait 1 second. So we know all 3 of these things are happening at the same time, and all 3 of these things are happening at the same time. But we have these 2 wait blocks in here. So that's a built-in 2 seconds. So I know that this audio recording is going to run for a total of 2 seconds before stopping and repeating again. So let's run this and see how it looks and sounds. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. Okay, great. But I know I want to increase that pitch. I liked that helium sound. So let's put our pitch change in there as well, so that I know it's going to change pitch every time it circles back around. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. Okay, now I know that I want it to start over from the beginning every time I run this code. So I'm going to grab this set pitch block and I'm going to put it up here. These 3 right here are the blocks I'm going to use to essentially reset my bat. So let's change the pitch effect back down to 0. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. See how the pitch started over again from the beginning? And started back down at 0, and it will slowly ramp up to a 100% increase over this course of repeated actions. So the last thing that I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in that say, or I'm sorry, the think. I'm going to put in the think. So I want my bat to think, I want him to think right here after this first wait. Are books edible? And I want him to think it for 1 second, which matches the amount of wait time that we have here. So let's see what that looks like. Oops, wrong one. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. Okay, so he's moving across the screen at an eventual 30-degree angle. He's thinking to himself, he's changing his costumes, which looks like a wing flap, and his voice is getting higher pitched every time he does it. I think that we are about done with our sprite. Let's check our background. Okay, so I know, I'm gonna get rid of all this, but I know that I want my repeat block. So let's see. I want it to switch back to the basic room 1 every time, and I know that I do. So I'm actually going to use the clear graphics effect. That's the block I'm going to use instead. Okay, so we are already on room 1. But I do want to do a background change. I want to change to bedroom 3, but I don't want to change to bedroom 3 until he's reached the side of the screen and he flies off the screen. So I'm going to put that here at the very, very end. Okay, now let's see what I want to happen. I want to change the color. Let's change it by 50. And let's see what this looks like. Cool, that's what I want, but I want it to be a lot slower. So how long, here's where our math comes in. How long is it going to take my bat to fly from one side of the screen to the other? Well, I know that this gets repeated every 2 seconds and it happens 10 times. So I think I'm going to need to put in 20 seconds as a wait period. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so this should stay on this room for 20 seconds. And the color effect didn't really change that much, so let's just up it a little bit. It's not really changing on this background, unfortunately. Let's try a different, oh, you know why? Because we had the clear graphics effect right after. That's why. We want to wait 20 seconds and then we'll clear graphic effect at the very end. So let's try this again. There we go. So I like it. It's nice and moody and blue. It looks like the nighttime. Very cool. So let's wait. Oh, no, I almost forgot our background music. So we are going to play. We are going to start sound recording 3 at the very beginning of this, and we're going to let it run for all 10 repeats, and then we're going to stop the sound. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, I hear our background music. I hear it. All right, audio quality isn't great. So I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it. It's fine. So we have our background done. We have our sprite done. So let's press our green flag and our space button at the same time. Here we go.
I'm a bat and I love the library.
Okay, so we're moving.
I'm a bat and I love the library.
Our foreground music is going. Our bat is
I'm a bat and I love the library.
Everything is happening at once. That was pretty great. I'm not gonna, I am gonna run it all the way through, but you know what? The background music, it's not very good. So I'm actually just gonna take this out. If I were doing a whole scene, I'd probably leave it in, but it's not very good quality. So let's see what this looks like when it's all played together in full screen. Let's go.
I'm a bat and I love the library. 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 I'm a bat and I love the library.
Okay, so that almost worked. Let's check our background. We don't need this stop all sounds block anymore. And it did end up taking us a little bit more than 20 seconds. So let's increase it to 25 seconds. Switch to bedroom 3. I think I see the problem. It should be wait 2 seconds, wait 3 seconds 10 times, not wait 20 seconds. I think that was the problem. Let's give it another try. See, that's the thing. Sometimes we make...
I'm a bat and I love the library.
And that's the great thing about Scratch. We can fix them.
I'm a bat and I love the library. 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 I'm a bat and I love the library.
There we go. Woo, we flew into
I'm
the
a bat
room.
and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library.
Okay, so it was a little tiny bit off. I know that I don't actually want to start my bat over here so far. I want to start him a little bit closer if he's going to reach the edge in that amount of time. Or I could go ahead and increase this to repeat 15 times instead of 10. And then my backdrop, I'm going to change that to weight. No. I'm going to change that to repeat 15 times as well. But I want the color effect to stay on the entire time. So we're in room 1, and I don't want the color to blink. So I'm going to put that there. And then, you know what? I really don't need this repeat button. I just need to know how many seconds I'm doing. So I'm actually going to wait 30 whole seconds. And I think this time, I think we're going to get it. I think I made it a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. Let's give it a try. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. 3. I'm a bat and I love the library. 4. This is going to take a little while. I'm a bat and I love the library. 5. I'm a bat and I love the library. I'm a bat and I love the library. 7. I'm a bat and I love the library. 8. I'm a bat and I love the library. 9. Okay. I'm a bat and I love the library. So I'm a bat and I love the library. 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 Okay, so I'm a bat and I love the library. Hush, we got it pretty close, but we do still have to change this. It shouldn't be 30 seconds. It should be more like 45. I was a little bit off. So I'm pretty sure that that would work. I'm not going to run it again because it does take forever. And if you're anything like me, you're getting sick of hearing my voice. So there we go. There's our scratch scene. We have our bat in a library. He flies through it, talking about how much he loves libraries, thinking about eating books, and then he flies into a bedroom. So there we go. That was my storybook scene. I hope that you've learned a lot from these tutorials. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to call, stop in, or email me at rplchildrenslibrarian@gmail.com. I can't wait to see your scenes.